I'm on my way to my daughter's volleyball tournament. I've been in the car business 25 years. I've owned stores, I've financed cars. I've never bought a brand new car, not once. And it's not because I couldn't. There's a reason. I mean, probably the biggest reason is the depreciation. I mean, especially the cost of cars now. You know, you're losing 25%. You fire it up, take it, you buy it new off the lot, and then you finance it. It's crazy. I mean, mainly the dealers, not only the dealers, the manufacturers are selling the payments. They're selling you on the finance part of it. You know, they want 84-month loan is now normal. You know, and then when you're buying something like that, insurance is crazy high. I mean, so most people have a loan on the new stuff. It's just way too much. You know, insurance cost adds up, registration's higher. You know, and then probably a lot of the banks now, they want that gap insurance. I mean, you're losing all that money on depreciation. It's horrible. You know, most people don't buy cars. They're buying a payment. You know, and a lot of the stuff is you know, you're right away. So you got negative equity, and then, you know, people want to roll the equity into, you know, their next car. So it just keeps going. It's a cycle. And you get repossessions. I mean, payments. I hear people talking all the time, $1,000 car payment. You know, $800, $1,300, $1,500. It's craziness. Even leases. You know, I mean, I'm $2,500. I've seen. It's kind of crazy. You know, I think people they're just financing their ego. You know, basically, it's just they want that shiny new car. I don't know. I mean, I can say that I've of course you want something new. It sounds easy, you know, warranty and all that stuff. I mean, owning something is cars are freedom. Ownership is freedom. I mean, cars are passion. But, you know, owning it matters. The bank can't repossess it if it's yours, and it's just way more stress free, you know. Being sense of peace, calmness when you have no payments on it, big time. I mean, you know, another thing with a brand new car, the bugs are never worked out of them. They always have issues over and over. Just that alone, take out the depreciation part. If you want to buy like new, you know, 2 years old, depreciation's gone and the bugs are worked out of it. It's probably more important than losing all that. You know, I get it that they're under warranty, but you know, they don't necessarily have all the fixes, and it sets at the dealer. It's there for a long time, and half the time they don't know what they're doing. It takes a little while to work all the bugs out and be driven. You know, another thing, some of these new cars, they've sat a long time before they get to the car lot from the manufacturer. It just, you know, it's just like having a car that's got miles on it. It sets and sets, lot rots, brakes, all kinds of shit. You know, you want to buy something used and, you know, buy it right. It doesn't, you know, something that you can afford and something you can pay for insurance, and clean title. You know, it's kind of got a, I get it, a lot of people, you know, there's 90% of people are sold on the payment. I understand that. But if you think about it, you just go buy a nice car, like something that's there's plenty of stuff out there that's reasonable. I see it all the time. You know, this is just older Jaguar, used, paid for. I get more attention in this car than a lot of cars. It's just you know, they don't cost a ton. Just buy it, pay for it. You know, I mean, buy what you want, but own it. And definitely, the stuff, you're better off buying stuff that's already at the bottom of the depreciation curve. You know, that's stuff I like to buy. Stuff that's already at the bottom. You know, this car was I don't know, $70,000 new. It's worth you know, $7 grand, $8 grand. It's not worth a ton, but it's manageable. You know, and it doesn't just take away from your overall wealth from depreciation. And I mean, it's crazy. I think people are just, I don't know, they don't look at that part of it. I mean, we'll use a $100,000 car as an example. If you pay $100,000 and you lose 25% driving off the lot, plus you have big money insurance, registration, and all that, well, you lost $25,000. So if you're worth $100,000, you're not worth this. Now you're worth $75,000 because you bought a new car. That's just stupid. And it's used once you roll it off the lot. You know, it doesn't make any sense. I'm not saying be cheap. You know, I'm saying have some freedom. I've bought like new cars, but bought it right. I bought a when the C5 came out, a 99 that was fully loaded convertible, but I bought it like a year after a guy had it. Didn't have any miles on it, maybe 1,500 miles. Sweet car, maybe saved 20,000. That, you know, that car to this day is probably still worth that kind of money. Like, just buy something right. Buy something that isn't going to just get smoked in depreciation either. You know, but I'm not saying, you know, be super cheap. Just be mindful of what you're buying. You know, I'd rather choose just to own it. Half these roads are super shit in this country. They just get beat up anyway. You're going to go buy some brand new car that's going to get beat all up, or truck, whatever. You know, I want to own it. Definitely better. Don't worry about a bunch of payments. I hear people talking about, you know, what they pay for Lyft or Uber. That's craziness. Just buy an affordable car, something that's manageable. Like when you're a kid, your first car, you save up and you buy something that's a few $1,000s. What's wrong with it? I don't think 99% of the people, I think they don't give a shit what you're driving. They really don't. It doesn't. We, I think, care more about what other people think. Like, oh, I'm a firm believer. It doesn't matter what you're driving. I mean, don't get me wrong. It should be nice and clean. Keep it maintained. I think a lot of that too is a lot of these people, you know, yeah, you can afford an $800 payment, but you can't afford anything else. Can't afford to take care of it. Needs tires, brakes, whatever. You know, cleaned up. Stuff costs money. Big time. You that's why I think, when they talk about the numbers and having 1% or 2% of your net worth, I mean, it kind of makes sense. Just buy something that, and there's plenty of that stuff out there. And there's plenty of guys that can work on cars that are, more analog. You don't have to buy out the cars that are newer than 10. Most of them just all these electronic gadgets, half the shit don't work. Forget that stuff. There is plenty of solid inventory out there, and tons of it. Who knows? Hopefully the government don't do the cash for clunkers like they did before. Wiped out all that stuff. But I look all the time. Obviously, there is a ton of cars out there. Find something you want that you can pay for. Buy it. Make it yours. Own it. Something that you can get guys to work on and fix also. Not, a lot of this newer stuff is just, how are you going to fix it? Who fixes it? You got to find somebody. And they're another thing with a lot of this newer stuff, manufacturers probably, it's been going on since probably 2010, 2013, where the manufacturers have hired somebody to, figure out, maybe different times or different elements where that car is going to fail at 100,000 miles or 70,000 miles. This breaks or that breaks. They've engineered that to do that. The older stuff was, way better. The analog, it's a little more analog. It's fixable. Especially getting parts. The domestic stuff, older. Anybody can fix the stuff. I'm a big fan of, the GMT 400s, like the 90s Chevys, 2000s, GMC stuff. All that stuff is, and it's out there, and the parts are readily available. I mean, just be mindful. Drive what you want. Just own the thing. Make sure that you can take care of it and it's not going to crush your wealth. And if you believe in ownership and building real wealth, subscribe to my channel.